So Synchron and the Stardust and Junk are one of my favorite decks, probably my number one favorite deck to play around with. Just go ahead and just spam uh, cards like Shooting Quasar Dragon, Stardust Dragon, um, and all of those were almost like the OG monster negates. So I am excited to see what's going on with Dawn of Majesty with the Stardust Dragon support. We don't know when we're going to get this into TCG, considering all of the Crush Card delays. So I would say late summer, early fall. Let me go ahead and see here. I only looked at a couple artworks. They looked amazing. Let me go ahead and see what's. So this is the Coming of a Miracle. Looks like a majestic dragon. It looks like. When this card is activated, place one level 1 dragon from your hand or deck on the top of your deck. Synchro Stardust Dragon and Synchro monsters that specifically lets Stardust Dragon and its text cannot be returned to the extra deck. That's interesting. If a Synchro monster is special summoned, you can apply one of the following effects. I'm going to actually switch my camera over here. Because I can do that. You can apply one of the following effects. Draw one card, special summon one tuner monster from your hand. You can only apply each effect of the Coming of a Miracle once per turn. So this is an interesting card. Means that you can't compulse card set specifically less Stardust Dragon. I guess it's an incentive to bring out the Majestic Star Dragon or Shooting Star Dragon. So that's interesting to me. And then you get an added incentive for doing that. One card that you may want to consider for this one is actually you can't use it. I was like Limit Overdrive, but Limit Overdrive doesn't say you specifically synchro summon it. It's not. Actually, it is because it's only specifically states special summons, not a synchro summon. So you could apply the effect, which is something you may want to look into depending on the other cards. Let's see here. Stardust Synchron. Okay, this was one of the ones I looked at. I'm like, it's either a Synchron or a Toon Stardust Dragon. You can only use the effect, the 1 and 2 effect with this card's name once per turn. If this card in your hand is in your hand or graveyard, you can tribute one monster, special summon this card, but banish this card when it leaves the field. You can only special summon secret monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one spell and trap card that specifically lists Stardust Dragon and its text from your deck to your hand. So guess what? It's a level 4 tuner that is a hyper synchron. You can special summon this off of Junk Speeder. So this is a really good card, as you can just tribute a monster and then just special summon this from the graveyard or the hand. This is really good. Second effect is okay, depending if we have the rest of these cards do. Stardust Trail. If this card is in your hand or graveyard and a monster you control is tributed, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. If a Warrior Synchron or Stardust Synchron monster is synchro summoned using this card as material, you can special summon one Stardust token once per turn each. These effects. It just this doesn't sound okay. And it's a level 4, and it's not a tuner. I guess it might see some use. I don't know. Okay, so this is the cover card. Shooting Saber Star Dragon, Majestic Dragon, and one or more non-tuner monsters, including a Dragon Synchro monster. So you could use other forms of Stardust Dragon with this. You could use Red Dragon, Archer Fiend. You can use Scrap Dragon, Warlord Savage Dragon with this. So must first be Synchro summoned. You can negate the effects of effect monsters your opponent controls once per turn. Okay. So this is a walking one-sided skill drain. That's good. For each Stardust Dragon and each Synchro monster that specifically lists that card in its text in your graveyard, this card can make one additional attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, banish this card. This is really good. Yeah, this is a mini market watch. But yeah, Limit Overdrive. Read it. Let me go ahead and go to images here. I should have already had this tab loaded up here. But Limit Overdrive, since it's not treated as a Synchro summon, but you don't have any bringing back effects like shooting Quasar Dragon would. So this is treated. This is going to be one of your go-to cards. Return one tuner Synchro monster and one non-tuner Synchro monster you control to the extra deck. Special summon one Synchro monster from your extra deck that has a level equal to the combined levels of the two monsters that are on the field. So you technically don't need to use. You can just go ahead and go straight to this. You technically don't need Majestic Dragon in your deck. Also, this is a quick play. So this is a one-sided skill drain that your opponent has with that other, what is it? Shooting Saber Star Dragon or shooting Majestic Star Dragon. That is good. One-sided skill drain. You can use that. Okay, what is this? Continuous spell. When this card resolves, you can place one level 1 Dragon monster from your hand or deck onto the top of your deck. Stardust Dragon and Synchro monsters that specifically list that card in their text on the field cannot be returned to the extra deck. And then if a Synchro monster is special summoned, you can apply one of the following effects. Also, you cannot apply the same effect of Arriving Miracle again for the rest of the turn. Draw one card, or special summon one tuner monster from your hand. Again, it's okay. Stardust Illuminati. Let's see here. You can only use this card's name first and second effect once per turn each. Send one Stardust monster from your deck to the graveyard, or if you control Stardust Dragon or a Dragon Synchro monster that specifically lists Stardust Dragon in its text, you can special summon this card. That monster instead. That might be okay. This is pretty good. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Stardust monster you control, increase or decrease its level by 1 until the end of the turn. Ooh, might be good. Let's see here. This is normal spell, Saber Absorption, Majestic Absorption. Target one Stardust Dragon or one Synchro monster that specifically lists that card in its text you control. Activate one of the effects. Equip one face-up monster your opponent controls to that target. That target can attack directly this turn. Each time that target destroys an opponent's monster by battle, this turn inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. That is pretty okay. Let's see here. Majestic Mirage. If a Stardust Dragon you control or a single monster that specifically lists Stardust Dragon leaves the field, you can apply one of these effects. Special summon one monster. One of those monsters banish one monster your opponent controls or in the graveyard. Any damage you make this turn is halved. That is okay. Kind of slow. So, I think this is pretty good. I think the boss monster is probably the best. I think the rest of them are okay. Tell me what you guys think, and have a good one.